Famous health-boosting diet used by millions today existed 4,000 years ago. Even 4,000 years ago, people in the Mediterranean knew what was good for them. A new study found ancient Syrians ate similarly to what we now call the Mediterranean diet, which is today touted for its many health benefits. The old phrase, "you are what you eat," really is true here. University of Leuven architectural chemist Benjamin Fuller told Ilana Spivak at Inverse, the technique of stable isotope radioanalysis allows the direct determination of the type of food groups that were actually consumed. The researchers used this technique on large data sets of archaeological isotope measurements to examine the settlement history of Tel Waini in Syria. During the Bronze and Iron Ages, the site was a major harbor for the Ugaritic Kingdom. The dataset includes isotope measurements from 410 plant seeds as well as 16 human and 210 other animal bones, spanning from 2600 to 333 BC. Relatively low levels of nitrogen, 15 isotopes measured in the people's remains, hinted at their occasional consumption of meat, suggesting residents of Tel Twaini relied on other domesticated animals mostly for work, milk, and wool. Between 2000 and 1600 BC in particular, it appears their diet consisted of largely whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, including an abundance of olives and grapes. The human diet was relatively low in animal protein and appears comparable to what is considered today a typical Mediterranean diet consisting of bread, wheat, barley, olives, grapes, dairy products, small amounts of meat, a lot of fish, Fuller and colleagues write in their paper. And while their reliance on plant consumption may have emerged out of necessity, freeing up their animals for other uses, the ratio of meats to fruit, grains, and vegetables still proves to be the healthiest option today for both our own well-being and the environment's. High level of carbon-13 isotopes in the preserved seed suggest Tel Twaini's crops were well cared for and watered throughout the site's history. Use of animal manure would also explain the high levels of nitrogen-15 isotopes found in the plants. Where the Tel Waini population diet departs from that of the people in the Mediterranean today is that despite being less than 2 kilometers, just over a mile from the coast, and despite a large variety of fish being recovered from Tel Twaini, humans there during the Middle Bronze Age did not appear to eat much food from the sea, nor did they eat much from other waterways. Members of the ancient society must have been able to produce enough food from their crops, indicating their land was fertile. This correlates with the region's known olive oil production. Excavations at the site indicate that the production of olive oil became a main economic activity of Tel Waini, and installations related to this activity could be found in every house during the Iron Age, Fuller and team explained. Shortly after 1200 BC, Ugarit collapsed. The kingdom's fall was attributed to the crop failure, social unrest, and famine across the region, yet signs of Tel Twaini's oil production emerged soon after this, with no signs of stress in the plant isotopes. We might conclude that the inhabitants of Tel Twaini handled the increased aridity during this period very well, and in most cases even better than at other contemporaneous settlements, the researcher said. These findings reveal that a Mediterranean-like diet has helped sustain humanity for millennia, but this diet also emerged in a fertile environment with a relatively stable climate. Ugarit witnessed negligible resettlement subsequent to its late Bronze Age devastation, Fuller and colleagues said. The inquiry into whether less favorable environmental conditions or the absence of adaptive strategies among its inhabitants played a pivotal role relative to Tel Twaini warrants further investigation. The research was published in PLOS ONE, and this is on Science Alert by Tessa Koumoudos. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.